Welcome back to Anchor Designs. So this is going to be a new vlog. Can't really remember which one we're on now, but it is a new vlog. Been quite a few changes, got some channel announcements and some pretty cool stuff going on and what I've been up to really. So it's been a while. I don't think I did one for last month properly. As much as it is a vlog, it's kind of a, well, what's happening next. So I thought we'd jump straight into it and kind of, you know, see what I've been up to, what's happening, you know, all that kind of jazz. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, first off guys, I have been trying to do a few more complex wood turning videos, which I think is, you know, kind of interesting. One of them is thread turning, so I have been investing in a little bit of tooling and doing some more, well, thread cutting, thread chasing, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not really a bowl turner. I have done bowls and I've done bits and bobs, but it just doesn't really, I don't know. I like doing a bit more, I'm not going to say challenging, because I know bowl turning is, as well as where I currently am. I'm just not set up for it. So this is what I'm going to call a dual spindle. So you've got the bolt turning attachment that comes out to here and it all bolts on and it works great. But for me to actually do this is a bit of a pain. So enough rambling. I was turning a bit of an oak bowl, and I smashed my tool rest. Which wasn't good. I think it's very porous, and you know, at 60-year-olds, I was a bit gutted, as this is more than likely the original tool rest, but it's had a lot of work and I ended up breaking it. So, and I needed to do something very, very quickly, so I bought a replacement. I needed it basically the next day, so I had to buy these. I could have made them if I wanted to. So I had to find a local supplier. Now, I went to the Turner's Retreat. I've never been there before, and here's a bit of footage me going there. So since then, I probably went to the Turner's Retreat around probably 2.5 months ago. I've been looking at doing some courses, so they do stuff like sharpening and pen turning. I can't remember which one I was interested in now. There was another one that looked quite interesting. So, you know, go and check them out. I am an honest channel. So what I will say is when I did go there, they were very, very busy because probably they've got people on furlough here in the UK when it was at the time. And I couldn't get anybody to kind of speak to. And when I did, the lady wasn't that very polite. But, you know, it's difficult times. So I can't really moan, but it would have been nice if, you know, someone would have spent the time with me, just kind of, you know, speak to them. And, you know, I ended up buying about 300 quid worth of stuff. So would I recommend it? Yeah, if you're kind of straight in, straight out kind of guy. I was asking questions at the time for thread chasing. So I wanted to buy some thread chasing tools. Ended up, didn't really want to spend that money with them. I know that's awful, and I do like the Turner's Retreat. I think they're a great company. But I was a little bit mardy that day, I think, to be honest. So I ended up going somewhere because I just wanted to speak to someone about it. Ended up ringing another company, which I'm not going to mention, but he was very helpful on the phone. You probably guess it's the other one that isn't Axminster. So, a good place, lots of things to look at. I do like physically going somewhere to look at it. Buying stuff on the internet, yeah, is great. And we've all, you know, contributed to the fact that there's not as many shops anymore. So, yeah, kind of guilty of it. But, yeah, not a bad place. Not a bad place. So, I broke it, had to buy some, a new tool rest, and I like it. They are good, and I don't think they're that expensive for what they are. Don't get me wrong, I could have very easily made these in about half a day, if that. Yeah, definitely not that. But I just needed something quick, and I thought, I think 20 quid, it was worth the time. You know, it's worth spending that rather than spending the time. Next off. I have been working on a few other little bits and bobs and different side projects. I like to do a little bit of random everything on the channel. It's probably not the best thing for views, but yeah, I've been buying some lathes. So I bought a coronet lathe that I've just bought, and I cleaned it up. I was basically giving it, you know, for very, very little. bloke wanted rid, so I've just cleaned it up, and that's going on eBay. So that's, you know, that's kind of gone. I bought another one, which I'll show you now, which is this one down here. It's a SIP, whatever it is, it's Chinese. It's not particularly very well made, but it was on the side of a road pretty much, and it was £5. So I thought, why not? And it works. It's variable speed. So what I'm going to be doing is eventually, when I'm all set up, then this will be kind of like maybe a loan out lathe for people to maybe do a bit more wood turning or to have a go, or, you know, just something like that. It's cheap enough to kind of not have a plan for it, you know. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We'll look at the one that I've just gotten rid of. So I'm just going to pan across here, and that's a coronet lathe. They all break down. They are built really, really nicely, and that is not a Chinese lathe. If I had the space, then I would have kept it. It's just way too big, so I cleaned it up and chucked in a combination chuck set, and yeah, hope it makes someone kind of happy. Okay, my workshop is in a massive tip, which you will know why in a bit, but I just wanted to give a very, very quick bandsaw update. It is performing beautifully. It works great. I've dialed it in a little bit better than what it was on the last video. Yeah, I'm loving it. It is really, really good. Nice size. I've been doing some copper work, so I've been cutting up copper, and it's spot on. Doesn't struggle or anything. So really pleased with that. I'm just keeping it tidy. There's no dust extraction, so you know, it's a small bandsaw for small work, but for what it does do, it's great. I would just like to mention really, really quickly, super thankful for the people who have bought the Anchor Designs wood grinding attachment. Really, really pleased with that. Thank you so much for people who have bought those. We're now on Mark 2, so this is like the Mark 1 if you like, and yeah, I've had 100% positive feedback so far. I have had a few questions that people would want this to be a left and right hand kind of design. So Mark 3 will be extended this piece and a lower piece. It will be a folded round on a press, and then that will allow you to flip the whole unit assembly over. And I think that that should kind of cure that. So I'm sorry, I have had probably about 6-7 messages of people asking, would you do a left hand? And I pre-build these kits up from the factory, so I never really thought of that. I designed this for myself to use, so yeah, I haven't got round to that yet, but maybe at some point in the future. And I'd also like to mention a quick thank you to the people who've bought the Anchor forgers. We're now on Mark 2 now, and I've just been experimenting with the last batch with some forgers. So thank you again to all those people who have bought those. Super, super grateful for that, and again, really good feedback on those. So I'm really delighted. I'd like to also next look at a furnace, so a portable slot together furnace. I'm just using some bricks, but I'm up in the air about that one at the minute. There's quite a bit to go through it, so that's, you know, something that I have drawn up, as well as possibly a Anchor Designs belt grinder. I'm not going to go too much into it, but that's something that's in the works at the minute. It's taking up a lot of design and drawing, so I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Next off is something I would quite like to share with you. This is a custom-made knife by a fellow maker called Snicktor85. I just call him Ann over on Instagram. I'll put up a tag on the screen. But this is, I'll refresh. So for those who kind of don't follow in the background or watch all my videos, I seem to be having a bit of hand trouble at the minute. So I don't know what it is with vibration on the lathe, or I've always kind of had, I use a lot of air tools and vibratey things at work, and you know, there's not a claim going on here, but I'm kind of struggling with my hands at the minute, especially small things. I'm kind of struggling to grasp. So I wanted a custom knife making that was nice and chunky, and this is what I'd use on the boat. So I'd kind of call it a rope knife. Or a boater's knife, and this is very handy for if stuff is around your prop or something. You can kind of hack as well as slice. as well as it being fantastic quality and recycled, which was a big bonus for me. So this is made out of a big old Farrier's rasp, and if you want to check that out, it's over on Ant's page, and he's got kind of before and after and some really cool pictures of lightning behind it, and yeah, it's very, very cool. So thank you so much for this, Ant. This was great, and it's being put to some hard use. I've already scratched it and used it, and an upcoming video is, I thought, I've got a beautiful knife, so I'm going to make a sheath for it. So I've bought some saddle leather, so it's really, really tough, and I've invested in some just cheap, kind of cheapo tooling that I'm going to have a play with. I've got some nicer leather working stuff that I've used previously, but I thought I would kind of go through just an Amazon special type video, which I thought was pretty cool. Next off, I've recently become the new custodian of another Kennedy power hacksaw. So I believe this is a Kennedy 90 or 60, I can't remember. But I had the smaller version, which is this one over here, which is really popular on videos. And I've done, I've now got the larger one. So I might be doing the history of Kennedy's quite interesting, and those videos kind of do really well. The record one that I've done is, I get really good positive feedback on those. So I might do a restoration on one of these, but I absolutely love the Kennedy hacksaws. Really, really good for what they are. And if you're just a one-man band in your shed, yeah, I really like them. So check out one of those videos coming up soon. I could be wrong. It might be a sign of the times, and it's a little bit of a difficult point to kind of push on. But I'm finding that there's a lot of house clearance and old boys clearing out the shed, etc. And a lot of this machinery is coming up for sale now, especially vices and wood lathes and, you know, manner of all things. So it's I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day, and it might be something that, as I say, a sign of the times, or I don't know. It's a bit scary, really. But there's a lot of things going out at the minute, and I imagine that there's twice as much going in skips. So it's a good time now to be buying and trying to save these old machines, so they don't get binned, because I've seen no end of people just chucking out, Grandad's workshop, and it's all going in a tip. Very, very sad. Okay, well, this is the big announcement. So I'm not going to be in this workshop for much longer. I'm no longer going to be an official boater. I'm selling the boat, and I'm becoming a landlubber. So I've managed to find a house with my partner, and she's super delighted, of course, and we've got a much larger workshop. So we've been on the hunt for a while, and you'll notice throughout the videos that you'll be seeing more of these blue boxes, such as a massive stack behind there, another stack behind there, and that's the reason why this is going. It's yeah, I'll just skip to the clip, so ignore my goofy face on this one. This is going to be the new workshop. I'm on my phone, so the quality's not great, but I think it classes as a triple, which is amazing. There's a lot of stuff in here at the minute, but we've got workbenches all the way around here. Power in. Stuff to put up there, stuff to put over there, stuff to put over there. There's stuff to put everywhere. Exciting times. I'm just put an anchor in here though. So it's super exciting. We're no longer going to be in this small, dark, windowless shed. But it has been great, and I've really appreciated my time being in here. It's allowed me to kind of build the channel and actually make things, which is fantastic. And if you do so happen to live on a boat, then you'll know exactly what I mean. So we've just passed 500 subscribers. We're now very close to 600. So thank you to all those who are recent subscribers to the channel. Really appreciate it. And I think to celebrate kind of that 600 mark, then we'll do a workshop tour and a final tour of this workshop. So I'm hoping in the next vlog that we should be in the workshop. It's a bit of a tip at the minute, the new one, but there's quite a lot of work that has to go alongside that. And with that in mind, it is going to put a bit of a halt on weekly videos that I've been doing at the minute. So if I haven't uploaded, then it's because I'm in the new shed trying to make it look nicer. Which is, with the new shed, we're going to be able to be making more furniture, more welding projects, more turning projects, maybe even do some bowls now if I want to. So it's super exciting, as well as having new, well, I won't buy new, but new vintage machinery. So I've already got my eye on some Wadkin equipment, some Start-Right stuff. So it's, yeah, it's super exciting. And a Boxford lathe, funny enough. So yeah, thank you again to all the people who have bought the Anchor products. Really appreciate that. Thanks for all those who comment and you know, leave likes and stuff. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again, and yeah, don't get COVID.